Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Anirudh and today we are going to discuss about some coding round questions from Wipro which were recently asked from student in campus recruitment processes. So we will go through some of the questions. Let's move to the first question. So the first question we have here is, in an examination we have to assign the test sets to candidates, and to assign the test set there are certain conditions. So firstly we have to sum up all the digits of the given number, and if the sum lies between the range of 1 to 26, then the corresponding alphabetic set code is assigned to the candidate. And if this is not the case, then we have to calculate the sum of the whole all digits again and again until the sum reaches to a range of 1 to 26. So we have to write the algorithm to assign the test set to all the candidates. So let's move to the coding part. Let's try to analyze the solution first. So for example, we will have an input value 6, 4, 4, 2. So what we have to do is we have to first sum up all these value, all the digits of this number. So like we have to do 6 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2. So what we will get is 6 plus 4, 10 plus 6 is 16. So 16 is in between the range of 1 to 26, which is basically the alphabetic range from A to Z. So if we have the output, or if we have the sum of the digits of the number equals to this 16, then we have to provide a corresponding integer or alphabetic code to it. So 16 will be written as capital P. Now let's take a false case. Any number which will sum up greater than 26. Uh, yeah. So new number can be 999, which sums up to 27, which is greater than 26. So what we will have to do is we will have to check is the sum of this number is laying between 1 to 26 or not. So it is clearly not laying between 1 to 26 as it is bigger than 26. So we have to process the addition again here and add these two digits. So 2 plus 7 equals to 9. So now we have to check if 9 is between 1 to 26 or not. So 9 is between 1 to 26, and the corresponding alphabetic code to it will be I. So now let's write the code for it. I will write the cases first here. 6442, we will get output P. For 9999, the sum will be 27, which is greater than 26. So we will add up the numbers and we will get the sum equals to 9, which is basically I. So we will finally get the get the output as I. For this we will first take the input, write an integer. I am typecasting the user input because by default this input function inputs the value as string. So we are typecasting that into integer. Now what we have to do is we have to sum up all these numbers, like all these digits. So for that we will first split the original number into a list. For that I will use this method, index for x in. So basically what I am doing is I am converting the integer to a string and then iterating through that string character by character, like or we can say it like digit by digit. So for the first iteration it will be 6. So the first value for the x is 6. So it will be converted back into an integer and stored into a list called num. So In this manner, it will extract the digits out from the number and store it into the list num. I will let you know the value of num first so that there will be no confusion. For 6442, it will be like this, like 6442. We have separated the original number digits by digits. So yeah, moving ahead. So we have to add up all the digits of that number. So for that, we have a direct function sum in Python, as we have converted the original number into a list. So a list can be aggregated by sum. So now we have find the total sum of the number. We can check for the condition if the total is greater than equals to 1 and total less than equals to 26. So this basically will check the range, like if the total is lying between 1 to 26 or not. So if it is lying, then we have to provide the corresponding alphabetic set. So to get the function, I will let it store in a variable n2p, n2a, which basically means number to alphabet. So we basically have to map these values, like we have to map 1 from A, 2 from B, 3 from C. So for that, we will use dictionary. In Python, we by dict we use dictionary. Dictionary basically comprises of key value pairs. Like in this manner, we can map 1 from A, 2 from B, and things. So to do that, we will zip the inputs this, and in zip we will have two parts. The first will be the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 till 26. So we will add up a range till 26 from 1 to 26, which basically will give us a list of numbers from 1 to 26. Oh no, if we are doing 26, then it will give till 25 only. So we have to do it from 27. Now to get the all the alphabet from A to Z, we can use a string library from Python. So in string dot uppercase. So this basically will provide all the alphabets from A to Z in uppercase, and if we want to get in lowercase, then we will just add lower here. So for this question, let it be for uppercase only. Okay, so if the number is lying between 1 to 26, now we have the dictionary with a key value pair of what we need. So we will just print out the final output n2a total. So we will run this 6442. It is written in P, which is basically correct, but for what it will return for 999, nothing, because we haven't given any condition to it. So else pass, no, else we will print -1. So if we have 999, then it will give -1, but this is not the result we want. What we want is we have to iterate through the calculated sum. Like we have to calculate the sum of the digits again and again till the sum reaches in between the range 1 to 26. So for that, we have to use a loop basically. Here I will be using a while the total is greater than 26. So what this condition is doing is, if the total is greater than 26, then only it will get inside the loop and iterate again and again till the value comes between 1 to 26. And if the value is between 1 to 26, then it won't enter in this loop. So what we'll be doing in this loop is we have to split the number again. So I will choose a variable a, or we are simple. So we again have to split the total into its digits, corresponding digits. So we will use the same function, same method. This will give us the list of digits in total. Like here, the total, first we will have the total 27 for the case of 999, and 27 is greater than 26. So it will enter into this loop and it will break down the total sum 27 into 2 plus 2 comma 7. Now we have to add it in total. So basically after splitting the string into 2 comma 7, we will add we can add it 2 plus 7 9. So the total here will be 9, and I guess now we are in the range of 1 to 26, so it should work fine. And after we have got the value of total equals to 9, the condition of while will be false, and hence we will be out of the while loop and we will come into the if condition. So now let's check for these two inputs. Okay, for spelling mistake, 6442, we are getting P. For 999, we are getting I. So yeah, it is correct. Let's try for a bigger value. Let's say 5898595H. So basically this will iterate through the while loop minimum of 3 to 4 times, maybe more. And the reason I put this as else condition here is we can have a value less than 1 input provided by the user. Like what if we have provided a value 0, then it should provide something. So we basically can turn this condition like this also. If total greater than 0. So if total is greater than 0, then we will go through the whole process and provide the output of the corresponding digit. And if it is not greater than 0, like it can be equal to 0 or in negative value, it will print -1, which basically will be invalid input. So let's move to the second question. The second question is, write an algorithm that counts the number of unique words in a given text. I guess this is a easy one. We just have to print out the count of the unique numbers. Like for example, I am a boy, I like cricket. So here if this is input, the output should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I is iterating 2 times, so 5. So we have to write a program for it. First let's get the input. We will not be typecasting it into anything because input by default gets it as in string, and here we need string only. So we will move forward. Let's change that to S. Let's split the string through white spaces. Take a variable k, s dot split function. So what a split function does is it splits the string into different parts according to the condition given into the parenthesis, and the default condition in the parenthesis is white space. So whenever it encounters a white space, it will split. Like after I and between m, there is a white space, so it will split. I will print this out to make that clear. Like whenever it encounters a white space, it splits the whole string into two parts, like I am a boy. I will remove this. Let's move ahead. So basically now we have to find the frequency of every word occurring in that input. So for that we can use a function from Python library the library is collections. We will first import that. So for frequency, we will use a variable freq. So what this function counter of collections does is it gives us the frequency of the presence of every word occurring in that input. So I will let you know what the output of freq will be. I am a boy. I like cricket. So here the counter of I is 2, M is 1, is 1. So all these are 1. So we have to count all these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And therefore our output basically is 5. And we are ignoring I because the count of I is greater than 1. So it is not unique in that string. And also you can see that it is providing us a dictionary with a key value pair. I is the key, 2 is the value, M is the key, 1 is the value. So let's move ahead. Ahead we have to count the total output. So total, let's see, count equals to 0. So as you saw, like it was a dictionary, so we have to iterate through the key value pair of that dictionary. Like freq is a dictionary. So for key comma value n freq dot items. So basically what this line of statement does is it iterates we are iterating through the frequency dictionary on its key and value pair. Like the key value will be the key of that particular dictionary and here will be the value. Basically items splits the dictionary into key value pairs. So going into it, if the value is 1, then we can increase the count. Basically we are checking for the value is 1 or not. If it is not, then we will just pass. Finally we will print out the final count. So here the final output is this. If we are giving a string like uh, it will provide 0 because we have no unique word in this string. So this was all about the second question. Let's move to the third. So yeah, this is a good question. We have given a digitally encoded message which is in numerical format, and we have to decode it. And to decode it we have two methods. Like the first one being, if the number is Armstrong number, then the sum of all even digits of the encoded number will be your decoded number. So what if the number is Armstrong number? So basically first we have to check the number if is Armstrong or not. If it is Armstrong, then we have to sum up all the even digits, like all the digits that are occurring on the even positions of that encoded number, and the final sum will be a decoded number or decoded message. And else the other part of condition is, if the number is not an Armstrong number, then we have to sum up all the odd digits to get a decoded number or decoded message. So to do this, we basically have to first check for Armstrong number, what is Armstrong number and how we can write it. Firstly, we will take input, as we are expecting to get a integer value as an input, so we have to typecast it to back into integer. So at first we have to check if the number is Armstrong number or not. So I have created a function check here with a single argument or parameter. n. So what is an Armstrong number basically? So for example, we have 153. So what an Armstrong number is that if we are having a 3-digit number, to check for the number is Armstrong or not, the condition here will be that the sum of all the cubes of its digit is equal to the number itself. Like in this case, it should be like should be equals to the sum of should be equals to the original number. So basically, the sum of this is 1 plus 125 plus 27, which is 153 itself. Hence, 153 is an Armstrong number, and the power here is decided by the length of the number provided. Like here it is 3, and therefore we are using the cube of that particular digit. If there are 4 digits, then we will have the power of 4. If we have 2, then we have a power of 2. If we have the length of the original input number equals to 5, then we have to change the power to 5. So now as we know what Armstrong number basically is, we can move to code the function for it. Firstly, we have to find the order of the power which we have to put on the digits. So for that, we will just get the length of the number provided as input. Let's put that a variable k, length of. So here I am typecasting the number provided by the user, say it is 153. So I am typecasting 153 into string and then calculating the length. It will give 3. So the value of k here will be 3. Now to check for Armstrong number, I have to put that into a temporary variable k, like a temporary variable temp. Also we have to find the sum, so I will use total equals to 0. Now we have to iterate through each and every digit of that number. So for the iteration of that digit, we are using this while loop. While temp is greater than 0, like we will be iterating through temp variable temp itself. So the condition will be true till the number temp is less than or equals to 0. And I'm taking another variable equals to temp modulus 10. Basically what it is doing is we are taking the last digit of the number provided by the user. Like here we have 153. So what this line of statement will do is it will extract 3 out from this. So the value of m here will be 3 for this particular iteration round. So we have to add that digit with the power of the length of the number. So here the length of the number is stored in k. So m to the power k. Like for this input, we will have total equals to 3 to the power 3. Now after we have taken 3 in the total, we have to get rid of it. So to do that, we will do temp equals to temp modulus temp divided by 10. In Python, we use double division to get an integer value. If we only use a single division sign here, then it will provide a float value or numerical value, like it will give 15.3 in the temp. And if we use double division sign here, it will give 15 here. So after the first iteration, the values of these variables will be like this, like m will be 3, total will be 3 to the power 3. Basically the value of total will be 0 plus 27. So total here is 27. Now we are decrementing temp to from 153 to 15. So this is for the first iteration only. Second iteration, the values will be changed. Now we have to check that if the total sum is equals to the original number or not. For that, n equals to, if it is true, then we will return true. Yes, it is an Armstrong number. Else false, it is not an Armstrong number. So after we have checked for the Armstrong number, we can move it in this statement of if. So if it is an Armstrong number, then we will move into if. If it is not, then move it into else, and we have to perform some task in that. What task? After calculating that the number is Armstrong or not, we have to move to the second part, that sum of all even digits or sum of all odd digits of the encoded number. So we have to do that. So for adding that, we have to use another function. Let's say add, which will have a value n, which is the user, and another value of flag, which will be say 0 for this case, and 1 for this case. So basically what flag here is doing is flag variable 0 and 1. It will be telling the function that whether we have to sum up the even position number or odd position number. So def add n comma flag. Now for this, first we have to split the original number into a list. We will use the basic method num equals to int x for x in string, and so this will provide us the digits in the form of list in the variable num. We will check the final result is in trace variable, which will be equals to 0. Then we will have the iterations for checking that if the number is even or odd, that condition. So we will be iterating through the indexes of the number. Like here range is providing us the index from 0 to the length of number minus 1. Like here we have the length of number equals to 3, so here the range will be 0 to 2, 0 1 2. So we will iterate, I will be the index of particular number or particular digit. So for if I modulus 2 equals to 0, this will be the condition of if the number is even or not. So if it is even, then the modulus of 2 will be 0. So we have to do result plus equals to, we will store it in the num. And else, no, we cannot use else here. We have to use elif because we have to add some conditions to it also. I modulus 2 equals to 1. The conditional flag which we forgot here, and flag equals to. So if the flag variable is 0 and it is even, it will be giving us the result for even positions of number. And if the flag is 1, then it will be giving us the result for odd positions of number. Else we will just pass. This function will return the final variable race. So I guess we are done with this function also. We are returning race. We have to print that out here. Just add the print statements. We are good to run it. Okay, after printing 153, we are getting a, okay, so wrong input. Why we are getting a wrong input? Let's go through the code again. 153 efficiency wrong. Everything looks okay. We have put it that temp equals to k, so basically it is n, temp equals to n. Here's the biggest error. Yeah, so now we are getting the correct input, correct output. As we are, as 153 is an Armstrong number, so we have to print the sum of even digits. So 1 plus 3, because 0 plus the one index was 1 is 0, the index for 3 is 2. So 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Let's check for number which is not Armstrong number. It's 152. It is giving us the even number, the odd place number, the sum of odd places number, or we can check it at like 1919. It is giving us 18, which is 9 plus 9. So the sum of odd places of the digit, odd places of that number. This was all about the coding questions from Wipro that were asked to the candidates who applied for it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, then do subscribe to it.